If you're making anything for the internet, listen up, because everything you thought you knew about getting seen on Google, well, it's about to change. We're talking about a massive shift in how the world's biggest search engine actually thinks. So, yeah, let's get right into it.
For the longest time, it was all about the mechanics, right? SEO felt like this technical game, a race to outsmart the algorithm. You'd stuff keywords, chase backlinks, and obsess over all these little tricks. It was all about speed and optimization.
Well, I'm here to tell you that race, it's officially over. And if you're still playing by those old rules, you're not just falling behind. You're playing an entirely different game that just doesn't exist anymore. So that brings us to the big question, right? If the old playbook is totally dead, what does Google actually want from us now in 2026? What's the new secret sauce? Well, the answer is simpler and frankly a lot more human than you might think.
Okay, let's start by officially putting that old way of thinking to bed. It's super important to understand what doesn't work anymore before we can really get what does.
So the whole game has shifted away from this technical checklist of keywords and backlinks. The new focus for 2026 is on these incredibly human concepts: actual value, real life experience, and user satisfaction. We're moving from mechanics to meaning. So why the huge change? Well, it's pretty obvious if you think about it. The internet has been absolutely flooded. AI can now pump out millions of articles a day that are just generic, repetitive, and honestly not very helpful. Google had to find a way to cut through all that digital noise. And that leads us right to Google's new core philosophy. And I'm telling you, this isn't just some small update. This is the central pillar of their entire ranking system from now on. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote is from Google's own search liaison, Danny Sullivan. It says it all. Their goal is to reward content written for people. It's a direct confirmation that the priority has shifted from pleasing bots to actually helping human beings. This new way of thinking even has a name: human experience optimization. It's not about tricking an algorithm anymore. It's about creating stuff that genuinely solves a person's problem, feels authentic, and provides real, tangible value. I mean, just think about it. These are qualities a person would look for, not a machine. Is this actually useful? Is it authentic? Did a real expert write this? Did I get what I came for? These are the new ranking factors. Okay, so be more human is great advice, but how do we actually do that in a way that Google can see and understand? Well, that's where this framework called EEAT comes in. This is the practical nuts and bolts side of the new rule. EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. You should think of this as Google's checklist for credibility. It's not optional anymore. This is the absolute foundation for ranking well. First up is experience. And this is the ultimate human advantage. It's not enough to just summarize what other people have said. You have to show you've actually been there. Did you test the product yourself? Did you go through the experience you're writing about? That firsthand knowledge is pure gold now. Next up is expertise. This is all about showing you have deep knowledge. It means going way beyond the basics and really digging into the how and the why. You got to prove you're actually qualified to be talking about this stuff. Then we have authoritativeness. This is basically your reputation. Are other experts in your field pointing to you? Are you seen as a go-to source? It's that external validation that tells Google, yep, this person is the real deal. And finally, we have trustworthiness. And honestly, this is the most important piece of the puzzle. Is your site secure? Are you upfront about who you are? Is your information accurate and safe? Because without trust, the other three just fall apart. Google's #1 job is to protect its users. So the million-dollar question is, how do you signal this trust on your actual website? Well, it's actually simple things like having an author's name with a real bio, clear contact info, and citing your sources. Anonymous, vague content is now a massive red flag for Google. Building trust on one page is fantastic, but to really win in 2026, you need to scale that trust across your entire website, and that means becoming a true topic specialist. The game has totally shifted from building general domain authority with backlinks to building deep topical authority. Google is rewarding websites that are experts in a specific niche, not generalists who just kind of dabble in everything. They want topic specialists, not topic tourists. And the best way to build this is with something called the content cluster model. So you create one main, super comprehensive page on a core topic. Then you surround it with a bunch of more detailed subpages that all link back to that main page. This creates this incredible web of expertise that basically screams to Google, hey, we own this topic. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The weak content is just generic advice, but the strong content, it shows experience. It's personal, it's specific, and it shares real lessons learned. One is just information, the other is true knowledge, and Google will reward that knowledge every single time. So after all of that, what's the big takeaway? It's not just about learning a new set of tactics, it's about a complete and total shift in your mindset. This is it. This is probably the single most important sentence you'll hear today. You need to stop asking, how can I optimize this page? And start asking, does this page truly satisfy the person who lands on it? If you focus on making the user happy, the rankings are going to follow. And that leaves us with one final and kind of challenging question. Look at your own content, your own website, through this new human-first lens. Is it really helpful? Is it truly trustworthy? Is it the absolute best answer out there? Because in 2026, you have to earn your spot. So does your content really deserve to rank?